The showdown between Elijah and the prophets of Baal is easily one of the most bad donkey stories in the Bible. The whole scene is set up because God's people are undecided in who to worship. Some are following God's ways, others are switching to a different god named Baal, and still others are going back and forth and back and forth. Elijah stands in front of them all at Mount Carmel and gives them some simple but sound advice. He asks them, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him." No response. No action. Dead silence. Finally, Elijah says, "All right, let's bring the rubber to the road and see what happens. Get 2 bulls for a sacrifice, one for Baal's prophets and one for God." And then he says, "You call on the name of your God, and I'll call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by fire, he is God." And finally, the people responded and agreed. Game on. The prophets of Baal went first, and they called on the name of Baal from morning till noon. "Oh, Baal, answer us," they shouted. But there was no response. No one answered. Now, I'm not sure if we can take this as model behavior, but Elijah, having already watched the charade for hours, starts talking smack to them, trash talking. "Ooh, ow, shout louder," he said. "Surely he's a god. Perhaps he's deep in thought or busy or traveling. Maybe he's sleeping and must be awakened." Ouch. Better than Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Barkley all put together. I'm talking Elijah's a man. And so they shouted louder, the prophets of Baal, and slashed themselves with swords and spears, as was their custom, until their blood flowed. Midday passed, and they continued their frantic prophesying until the time for the evening sacrifice. But there was no response. No one answered. No one paid attention. Elijah steps up, and before his turn, after watching a total lack of response from Baal, and with supreme confidence in God, has them pour water all over the bull and the wood. It's time to make the point. Elijah prays for God to respond and let it be known that there is one God in Israel and God is turning their hearts back again. Was there a response? Was there an answer? Was God paying attention? Yeah. Fire fell from the sky and consumed everything. The wood, the water, the stones, everything. When the people saw this, and I'm quoting the Bible here, they fell on the ground and cried, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." Right response, right answer. Now, I'm not sure where you are now with God, solid or wavering, paying attention or not, because I've been at both ends of the spectrum there. Elijah's words are for all of us when he says, "How long will you waver between the two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him." What's your response, your answer, and what are you going to do?